guys, welcome to my channel, and if you guys are new here, hello, I'm Keaton, and by the title of today's video, we are going to be talking. Let's just talk. I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram, which I always do, so if you guys are new here, this is the first time you guys are ever seeing my face. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to, if you guys like me. Hit that red button down below and turn my notifications on. If you guys just subscribed, listen to me. Comment in the comments down below and say, hello, I am a new subscriber, and I will be replying to each and every one of you because it really means a lot to me that you would take the time to actually subscribe, and so I really want to welcome you guys to my channel. But aside from that, hello, new subscribers. We're going to be answering a few questions. I haven't done a Let's Talk video in a while, and you guys know, and if you guys don't know, now you do. These are some of my favorite videos to film because I just feel like we get super intimate, super close on these. I just like to talk to you guys. You guys ask me for advice or things about me, so I'm going to be answering both of those. Follow me on my Instagram because that is where I always stay up to date with you guys. Your favorite and most effective healthy habit. I think one thing that I've learned to do that I used to not do is I never buy anything that I don't buy junk food anymore. So used to, when I was eating healthy, I would always eat really healthy, and then I would always have like those two things that I would always buy at the grocery store, like Oreos or hot Cheetos or chocolate, and I would be like, at night when I just really feel like I need to hit that craving, let me just have some hot Cheetos, let me just have some Oreos, that kind of thing. And now that I've learned that if I'm buying those things, I am eating them constantly. I am eating them when I'm laying on the couch, when I'm doing my homework, when I'm doing whatever. So I have learned to never buy anything like that, because if I am sitting on my couch and I am like, oh my gosh, ice cream sounds so good right now, there is no option for me. I cannot go in my fridge and get ice cream. So, and I know I'm not gonna spend that much money Postmating ice cream or getting up out of the comfort of my apartment to go get it. So that's one healthy habit I've learned, is to just not keep things that I know are junk food or unhealthy for me in my apartment, because I will binge eat them and they will be gone in 5 seconds. How do you get into the Instagram YouTube lifestyle? I wanted to How do you get into the Instagram/YouTube lifestyle? I've wanted to forever, but I'm nervous of judgment. I think the best way to get into the platform, and if you guys are really just not doing it because you're nervous, like, it's 2019. I feel like when I started like 5-6 years ago, it was not cool. I was really made fun of, and everyone would take recordings of my YouTube videos and put them up on their whatever Facebook at the time and like laugh at it. But now I feel like everyone's doing it. Everyone knows that it's a really cool thing to do, and I feel like if you really like fashion or makeup or cooking or beauty or anything, like, why not share that? There could be any like other people out in the world who really have the same style as you or really want to see what you're doing. And honestly, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter about followers and likes and all that kind of stuff. I know that this being my job, like, you're like, okay, whatever, you're saying that, but a lot of YouTubers and the most successful YouTubers never ever started being like, I'm gonna be the most famous YouTuber of all time. Like, they started it because they genuinely enjoyed it. So if you guys are interested in getting into YouTube, Instagram, any of that, start it for the right reasons. Start it because that's what you want to do, or because you have a passion for something. And never follow someone else's narrative on YouTube. If you're like, oh my gosh, well, they do these kinds of videos and they do this, whatever, like, yeah, that might get you views or that might whatever. It might work. I mean, YouTube algorithm, if you're following what's trending, it will work. But my thing is it's growing a community that is close to you and actually having subscribers. I mean, obviously, I'm not the largest YouTuber ever on this platform, and I genuinely don't really care to be the largest YouTuber on this platform. I am most excited because I have you guys, and you guys aren't just like subscribers and followers. Like, I talk to you guys like you guys are my friends, and that's more important to me, having a community with you guys, than using it just to get money and engagement and all of that. So if you're nervous about it, screw what other people think. Do it if you're passionate. This one says, can you explain your family? I always get so confused. All right, so for any of you guys who have been with me for a long time, if you guys are subscribed to my vlog channel, you guys have seen I have a lot of family members, and it is quite confusing. So I'm gonna explain this as quickly and as simple as I can. I have my mom and my dad. they had me and my sister Morgan, which you always see. She is the one who has Beckham as her son. Okay, that is my blood related sister, and that's it. It's just us two. My parents got divorced. Okay, so my mom married Sean, which is my stepdad. Sean has Brandon, Hannah, and Megan, but Megan is Hannah's half sister. The person that Sean was married to, yes, wait, is this right? Sean was married to before my mom was also married before him. So she had a daughter, which is Megan, but that's Hannah's half sister. So technically when I say Megan is my sister, she's not even any way correlated with me. She's not my half sister, she's not my blood sister, she's not my stepsister, but we are all really, really close because obviously Sean is like her stepdad and whatever, so that is how that is. So I have those 3 step-siblings, and then I have my sister, and then my dad also remarried at one point and had, well, he didn't have, but the woman he married already had a daughter. Her name's Natalia. Hello, Natalia, if you're watching this. So then I have Natalia. So it's just a whole big spiel, and we are all over the place. And so I do have a lot of step-siblings. I only have one blood-related sister, but I don't ever refer to my step-siblings as step-siblings just because we have been a family and we've been a blended family for so long. I just feel like that's weird if I don't know, I just don't. Obviously we look nothing alike, but I'm not like, this is my stepsister. I'm like, that's my sister, that's my brother, whatever. So if that helped, there you go. Advice for how to start your morning off for a productive day. I think one thing that I like to do that helps me keep my mornings productive is I always save something that makes me happy or that I'm excited to do in the morning. So obviously I really like to work out in the mornings. That's one of my favorite things to do, but I know not everyone is like that. So another thing that you can do that I feel like this makes my morning so productive is make breakfast. Like instead of waking up, even if you're not a breakfast person, instead of waking up and just like making coffee or like laying in bed forever, wake up and try and make a smoothie or make a bagel even, or just like make eggs and toast. I feel like when you're doing something, you're cooking, for some reason it makes you feel really productive and it starts your morning off really well so that the rest of the day you can feel like, okay, I got up, I made my breakfast, I got started. That's one thing I really like to do. Another thing is this might not sound productive, but it is for me, is I am more eager to like wake up and get my day started when there's something I'm excited to watch. So if there is a TV show on, so for example, Mondays always suck, but because Keeping Up with the Kardashians is always on Sunday nights, I will always have it set to record, and then I will watch it on Monday, and that will be something that I'm excited about. I always get excited about it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can go to sleep, wake up early in the morning. Why has my hand been doing this for 45 minutes? Let me know. How to be okay with being alone sometimes. I think this is such a good question for me because for me, I personally thrive off being alone. I love being social, kind of. Like I love hanging out with my friends and I love going to nice dinners and hanging out and talking, but for the most part, I really thrive off being alone. I love living alone. I love grocery shopping alone. I love going to the mall alone. Like if someone is like, oh, I really want to get my nails done, I'm like, I'm gonna go alone. Like I want to do that alone. For me, I'm just very much the type of person where I am way more productive when I do stuff by myself. Also, sorry I keep looking outside this window. There is a massive haboob. I'm gonna show you guys. This huge storm is coming. I don't know if you guys can see all the dust flying everywhere, but things are getting wild over here in Arizona. Like that is a haboob. Okay. There's things knocking everywhere. I don't know how windy this video is gonna get because the haboob is really, really loud and something just hit my window, so we're gonna have to just work with that. But anyway, one thing that I would say about being alone is that a lot of times people get really comfortable and they find that they're only having fun or they're only enjoying their time when they are with other people. And that's great, like I understand that, but one thing is you need to find things that make you happy. So, you know, maybe your friends don't like watching certain TV shows, or maybe your friends don't like going and doing certain things. you don't have to have someone with you to do all of those things. I've learned that because I feel like I am a lot more mature than, not in like a bad way, but I just feel like I've always been a bit more mature than all of the friends I've ever had, even in college. As you guys know, I don't drink alcohol. I don't really like frat parties. I don't like doing that kind of thing. So for me, it's a struggle of like, I want to be social, but at the same time, I need to do things that make me happy. So I've gotten very comfortable with being by myself, and that's just from learning that you don't have to do things that you don't want to do, and you don't have to like hang out with all your friends 24/7 in order to be happy, because you can go out and go to the mall and go shopping and online shop and watch TV shows and do whatever and take up new kinds of hobbies without your friends. You don't have to do every single thing with them. Okay, this one says tips on having fun at parties while staying sober. Okay, I get this a lot. So as you guys know, and if you guys don't know, and you guys are new to my channel, I don't drink alcohol. It's a personal choice. I basically have never grown up in an atmosphere where I've really ever had alcohol around me. Like my mom has never had like a glass of wine at dinner. My grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, like I just was never really around that. I was never really allowed to go out and party very much when I was in high school. Like all of my friends would be going to all these different things. Even in middle school, junior high, I was never really allowed to go do those things until my senior year of high school. And by the time I was a senior, all my friends had already been drinking for like years, and I had seen like all the terrible decisions they were making. Like no shade to them, I love you guys, but you guys know, when you drink alcohol, you make decisions you probably would not make sober. And I was seeing all of that, and I was like, wow, like I'm actually grateful that I've never drank all of high school or middle school or anything, because I've never had to make any of those decisions. And so I just kind of grew into never drinking. So when I got into college, everyone was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna drink, you're going to ASU, like you're gonna get like blacked out drunk. And I was just like, why would I get blacked out drunk? If I've never drank, why would I choose to now? Like, it's not like, even the same thing when I turned 21, everyone was like, oh my gosh, you're 21 now, are you gonna drink? And I'm like, well, I was never not drinking because of my age. If I wanted to at 16, I could have taken a shot. You know what I'm saying? But I was never like that. And so I have been very accustomed to going to parties, going to any social situation where everyone is belligerent and I am like still there having the best time. I think that just comes from the fact that like, don't ever be the sober person at a party who is complaining. That is awful. And I can say this because I personally never drink. And so when I am with my friends and we go to a party, and say one of my friends in our group is choosing not to drink that night, she has homework or she has class or whatever, the whole time they're there, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so lame. Like, if I was drunk right now, this would be so much better. Like, oh my gosh, how do you do this, Keaton? Like, this is awful. I'm like, why are you gonna be a Debbie Downer? You're making it an awful time just because you're feeling weird that you're not drunk. It's not like that. Everyone's dancing. There's always good music playing. How could you not have a good time sober? Like, sober or drunk, it's still fun. My friends are so much fun. They're always dancing. They're always making jokes. And I love the fact that I can dance with them and have just as much fun with them, and also at the end of the night still be that person that keeps them accountable. I really like that. And so if you guys are going into certain situations where you're the sober person, be the person to like not be a Debbie Downer. Don't make them also feel like you're judging them, because that's not the point. It's your personal choice if you don't drink. But one thing is don't make them feel bad about it, and also make them accountable. It's like at the end of the night, you're the sober person. And so if you don't want to be mom at the end of the night, then don't go out. But at the end of the night, I'm always the one driving them home. I'm always the one making sure, okay, does everyone have their phones? At night when everyone gets home, I'm like, is everyone's phone plugged in? Okay, cool. That's my job. I get to have just as much fun with them, and then I also get to make sure they are alive. I will go pick them up food. I will go get them drinks. Like, I've always done that for my friends. And so I feel like if you are the sober person in the situation, make sure you're having fun, you're not being a Debbie Downer, and also be the accountable person. The second a haboob hits, it's like fire trucks, alarms everywhere, because people cannot drive in haboobs. If you guys don't live in Arizona or like where they have haboobs, it's basically a huge dust storm. and you guys can probably hear it in the window. It's so loud. Thoughts on plastic surgery. So I feel like I get this a lot. Like, people are always asking me how I feel about it. I don't really feel any type of way about it. I mean, my thing is I personally wouldn't ever get plastic surgery just because I don't trust anyone with that. Like, even if I was insecure about my nose or my cheeks or my lips or something, like, I just do not trust anyone to inject anything into my face, fix anything surgically on my face. Absolutely not. I would rather live my life looking the way I do with it. I also feel like if you are super insecure about something, I have had friends who, since they were in like 6th grade, have been like, oh my gosh, like, I cannot stand this about myself, and it doesn't go away for like 15 years, and they're just like, okay, yeah, like, I'm definitely getting plastic surgery. I understand that if you're so insecure about something, then like, get it fixed. Who cares? I do think there's a limit, and I will say that I do find a lot of people look the same, and that's just what it is. Whether you like it or not, a lot of people with Botox or cheek filler or lip injections or whatever all end up looking the same. It's the same lip injections. It's the same kind of look everyone's going for. I personally don't like that. Like, I feel like everyone should have their own unique look, and everyone is trying to look like Kim Kardashian and get Botox their entire face, cheek filler, nose done, lips this big, and it's like, it gets to a point where that's just not, it's not a look anymore. It's not you anymore. So I do think that there is a limit to it, and I'm comfortable saying that. I know some people might find that offensive, but I do feel like there is a limit to plastic surgery, and you should not be resculpting your entire face. A little Botox here and there, I get it. Botox is preventative. I feel like if I were to get anything, I would definitely get Botox. I want Botox right here. I think I need to start doing it now, honestly, because it's preventative. So if you keep getting Botox, it will help you not have as many wrinkles. But I've never gotten anything. I've never gotten lip injections, face, anything like that. And I don't really care if anyone does, as long as they're not resculpting their entire face. What kind of job are you looking to get after you graduate? Well, folks, the job I have now. After I graduate, I feel like I want to do YouTube and Instagram and my social media full time, because if you guys have known me, I've been on Instagram or on YouTube and Instagram, I guess. I've been on both for probably 5.5, almost 6 years now, and I have never ever been doing YouTube and Instagram without being in school. I have always had school, I have always had traveling. I've been a full-time student the whole time I've been doing YouTube, and that's really hard. There are people who started at the same time of me, but they chose not to go to college, and their channels have like skyrocketed because it's like they have so much time to be working on their content and putting in all this effort, and I'm like, I can't, like, it is so hard for me to do YouTube and school at the same time. And so I'm really excited for when I graduate, being like, I can now do YouTube full time, put as many videos as I want out, like film whatever I want, do whatever I want all day. So I'm really excited about that. Obviously, I will have to get a job. Like, social media is not something that's gonna last forever. I think if I were to get any type of job, it would still be in like the social media world though, just because that's what I've grown up with. If you guys don't know, my major is sports journalism, which I really wanted to do. I've always wanted to work for like a sports team in their social media department. So I could go that route, but I also could go the route of like just working for different brands and things like that. How to deal with girls who you thought were your friends talking about you behind your back. I feel like everyone has that one person who is just a crap talker. They talk about everyone. It doesn't even have to be just you. They talk crap about you to their friend, who they talk crap about them to you, and it's just, everyone has that one friend. What I have to say about that is just, why do you have them as your friend? My thing is I've always told myself this: when people talk crap about me behind my back, or they say negative things about me, I never want to come from the place of like, oh my gosh, they're jealous, they're just bitter, because sometimes it might not even be that, and that's a fact. I feel like that's everyone's go-to, is to be like, they're just so jealous of me, and like that. I'm like, they might not be, girl. Like, they might not be jealous of you. They may just not like you. And if this person doesn't like you, then you don't really need them as your friend. Like, at the end of the day, if they're talking crap about you do they really know you as a person, or do they just have this weird concept of you in their head and they're choosing to not like you? There are some people that you can be friends with for a period of time, and then you grow to realize, you know what, maybe our personalities are just not quite the same. Maybe we don't see eye to eye on this, or maybe you don't like something I do and I don't like something you do, and that's fine. But you have to realize, like, if they're talking crap at you consistently, that's not your friend. It doesn't matter how close you guys have been your whole life or whatever. If that person is talking crap about you consistently to especially other friends of yours, they're not your friend. And that's, at the end of the day, they look dumb, not you. Okay, this one says, when your friend has really bad breath all the time and you don't know how to tell them. Oh my gosh. Why do I feel like we all have one person where we're like, you low-key stink? Like, your like armpits, like they've got some BO, they have some bad breath, they have like their hair smells or like something. Like, we all have that one friend that is like that girl. I've been there. And what you gotta do is you just have to, in the most kind way possible, don't make her feel bad about it. She's probably gonna be really insecure about it after you tell her, but it's better to tell her now than her try and go on with her life and her breath is just always gonna stink. What I would do is, like, if you're just hanging out or whatever, pop some gum in your mouth and then be like, oh, do you want a piece? And if they're like, no, you can be like, your breath like low-key kind of smells, like, I don't know, your breath, or just be like, what did you eat today? Like, it kind of smells, like, I don't know, it kind of smells. And that will automatically, like, that'll change her forever. If I ever have a friend tell me one thing about me, like if my friend is like, I mean, low-key, like, your spray tan's really splotchy or whatever, I will go out of my way for the rest of my life to fix it. So if your friend has like really bad BO, be like, oh, like, did you work out today? Or like, did you do this? Like, just ask them genuinely a question. If they're like, oh no, I don't know, just be like, oh, it kind of smells, like, it just kind of smells, in the nicest way possible. It's always going to be awkward, it's always going to be weird, but you have to be like a real friend. Like, hold it down, because someone is not telling her, and if they are telling her that they smell good, they're liars, and so you need to tell her the truth. Okay, this is the last question. This one is advice for someone dealing with a mentally abusive boyfriend. I feel like I've said multiple times in this video already, I feel like everyone has that one person that you're like, sis, like, stop, come on, girl. Like, he's obviously not the one. And they're like, I am getting married to him. We are having 7 kids and 3 dogs. And you're like, absolutely not. He's actually insane. We've all been there. We've all done that. And you know that you can never change someone's mind. I know this from personal experience. I've obviously gone through my fair share of bad relationships or talking to people who just were never ever going to work out for me in the long run. And in my brain, I was like, no, like, eventually it will. And I know from personal experience, no matter how much someone can tell me, I have to want to act on it on my own, you know? And so you can try and tell them, hey, like, you need to break up with them, you need to leave them, but being harsh on your friend is never gonna work. Every person needs that consistent, like, friend in their life. When they're going through a bad relationship, like, you have to be the one that's always, always, always there for them. And you can't really come at them in a rude way, because it's just gonna push them farther away, and then they're gonna only go to the toxic relationship for help, and that's not what you want. So really just be there for them. You don't have to be supportive. Like, if they're crying and they're like, oh my gosh, he's doing this, you'd be like, I'm so sorry that's happening to you, that's really terrible, that's not how you should be treated, you know that, blah blah blah, but like, I'm here for you, come to my house, let's go grab lunch, let's go do this. But telling them he's a piece of crap, you have to leave him, he's like da da da, like, that's not going to change their mindset, because they probably already know that. They just need someone else that's there for them, making everything feel okay. So honestly, the only thing that you can do is be a really good friend, and you have to be really, really patient when you're like basically waiting for your friend to like have a come to Jesus moment and like realize that he's not the one. Alrighty guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. I really did. These videos make me so happy. I love giving you guys advice, answering your questions. It's literally like I'm just talking to my girlfriends. Like, that is how it feels, and I absolutely love it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe. You guys can hit the red button down below and turn my notifications on, because I post every Wednesday and Friday on this channel. So yeah, if you guys did just subscribe, don't forget to comment down below and say, hello, I am a new subscriber, and I will be welcoming you guys to my channel. And also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I know I'm saying follow me on a lot of things right now, but I am very, very active on Instagram Instagram. I post every single day without a doubt. So yeah, that would be amazing. And thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.